One last time, Jeff Hopper with Tracy Hanson, and we are talking about matters of the heart. And when we started, we said that we would finish with the Shema, with love the Lord your God with all your heart, soul, mind, strength. This is the directive that God's people were to take up for themselves, and Moses pushed them in that direction again with the words of God on his tongue. This is what I want for you. And so there's that all your heart part, and we've been talking about that it's God who gives us this great heart, and yet we co-function with him, and so it seems like, wait, this is our heart, and so where's the line between those? Who knows where the line is between those, but certainly they're there. So my thing is now to love God with all my heart, to really go after it. Were there times in your career where you said, okay, I've got to really redouble and go after it?
Yeah, I think I went through ups and downs. Came out of college kind of on a high, and then those first couple years on tour were kind of the learning phase. And then I had a couple good years, and then I had some down years. And then there was like a rejuvenation of like, I'm going to get back on top, and I had another good year. And then there was another couple down years. And so golf is a game of ups and downs, emotional roller coaster, really, and especially when you're trying to make your living at it. And so for me, it was resurgent kind of the last couple of years, and then I got to the point where I was just tired and burnt out, and I'm like, I'm done.
What you've done is you've established for us why golf is always such a good metaphor for life, because it has those ups and downs. It has those times where we say, I'm going to really go for it. And yet God's call to us is to do that all the time, to love him with all our heart all the time. Now that doesn't necessarily mean, we're going crazy. We're running at this, this RPM that's just right on the border of, frying the engine. But it means that we're very attentive all the time and very purposeful, doesn't it?
And some of that purposefulness is to care for our own heart. And so it's not always out doing, but are you resting? Are you taking time with the Lord? Are you listening? Are you reading, just reading Scripture for the joy of reading Scripture, and not just always study.
I appreciate your going back to often the idea of rest and what we would also call waiting and soaking in what God has for us, reflection, meditation, basically. These things that slow us down and don't let us live on that edge and allow us to see God more clearly. I appreciate that because you speak of that often.
I do, because I have to remind myself, because I'm a go, and I can do this, I can do that, and I can serve here, and I can be in this ministry. And so I have to remind myself all the time, like, it's okay to take some time for me to be with God. And that might look like going for a run, or it might look like just sitting on my couch with a cup of tea.
Yeah. When Jim Hiskey started Lynx Players, basically 35 years ago now, in those early years, he put together the LINKS acrostic, and the L was love God and others. He started with the great commandment to love God. I'm glad that's just part and parcel of what we do, and it's right at the top end of what we do, because it's so critical to serving God, recognizing that this is the fiber of our being is to serve him.
Yeah. It's where our energy comes from.
Yeah.
To do what we want to do. If you want to do it authentically, it has to start with loving God first.
Yeah. It's not a weekend game.
No.
It's more than a weekend game, and I say that with very intentional double meaning between golf and, say, a church goer. It has to be so much more than that if it's going to be all our heart, all our mind, all our soul, all our strength. Yeah. Well, thank you, Tracy, for this great set of sessions, for going through matters of the heart with me.
It's been good.
Yeah, it has been good, and it's we hope it's been very good for you, very meaningful. I do, again, challenge you to go to the Scriptures and find what it has to say about your heart, because God's doing a work there. And we trust that, and we rely on that, and we want you to be able to have faith that that's happening in you. Yeah. Thank you.